Hey guys, how's it going? Garrott Coelho, IFBB Pro. I'm launching this new YouTube. I'm putting out a lot of new content about my day-to-day training, show you guys what I eat, show you what I do, just day-to-day lifestyle stuff. I really want to take you guys along, see some of the people I train with, some of the different athletes I'm with every day, and give you guys a closer look at just what it takes to be a next level athlete. So I've been training for over 20 years now, and most people don't know it takes a lot more than what it just takes in the gym to be a top athlete, to really perform at your best. I'm going to show you guys a deeper look on the supplements, the diet, everything that it takes and everything that I do. Obviously I have a lot more to my life than just what happens in the gym. Dominic just showed up, we're going to go train. Looks like you brought something. I don't know what this is. What'd you bring, bro?
Garrett, what's going on, my friend? I know how much you like your carbs.
Shit.
I brought you a little treat, or I brought us a little treat so we can have a nice little carb up. I came here to work out with Garrett today because of the fact that I like to diversify my training. I want to see exactly what Garrett's doing and how I can implement some of his training methods into my own. So drove all the way from LA down to Orange County to make this happen, so let's get it.
All right guys, so we're gonna go through this workout. We're gonna show you how we train, why we train a certain way and hit certain exercises, give you guys a more in-depth look into our training, and then we're gonna go get something to eat. About to hit some arms. We're gonna train about 2 or 3 exercises each. So something I like to do before I train is have some carbs. We had about 100 grams of carbs right before this. Had some pre-workout, that way we can get a good pump, get a good blood flow, and let's go get it. All right, first exercise, we're doing concentration curls.
Then we're gonna move on to a movement for thickness, which is gonna be spider hammer curls.
All right guys, exercise number 2, we're gonna hit rope pushdowns.
And I'm choosing to do close grip V-bar push-ups for triceps.
All right guys, we're gonna do some tricep pushdowns with the rope. Just grab it here, make sure you're upright, extend. I'm gonna do about 12 to 15 reps of these, about 3 to 4 sets. I really squeeze at the bottom, don't just move the weight. I'm gonna have Dom jump in, hit this one. All right, I really like this exercise because it really targets the entire tricep. When you get that full extension and then stretch at the top, as you can see, it really helps give you a crazy pump. It gives you all that blood flow going right into your tricep. Good. I use this one every week. You see how he's extending and then opening at the bottom? You have to do that. If you keep them together, you're not really hitting your entire tricep. So make sure you do that at the bottom.
So guys, the goal with this is to activate your triceps as opposed to your chest, because it's going to be very easy to do that because of the fact that this is a pressing movement that involves chest. So activate your triceps, not your chest. So guys, traditionally this is used for cable attachment, but I'm using it for the purpose of doing the close grip push-ups. So right there, squeezing the triceps. So guys, the benefit of doing this as opposed to doing this on a cable, the traditional method, is that the cable is not in the way of your face and it's not going to be touching on your body because of the fact that there is no cable. So same movement, different concept with no cable. So right here I can see that despite the fact that there's a lot of natural chest activation, I can clearly see that he's intentionally using more of his triceps than his chest.
All right guys, so lately we've been posting a lot of these short workout videos on Instagram. Here on YouTube, we're gonna post a lot more long, explanations, showing you guys how to actually hit the movements, how many sets we're doing, how many reps, and actually give you an inside look of how we actually train. I'm gonna have Dom, different guys coming in because obviously you get stagnant, you do the same thing every day, your body gets used to it, so we're gonna try out new things and see what other guys are doing. Should we hit one more?
So we're gonna hit one more exercise. What I'm gonna finish this off with is some heavy overhead dumbbell tricep extensions. You could do them seated if you want a little bit more core stabilization, or you could do them standing if you want to practice your core stabilization.
Yeah, and then I'd say we hit some barbell curls too to finish off with some arms.
You can either do these seated or standing. We're gonna do them standing to practice our core stabilization. So all you're gonna do, keep it up, Okay guys, so when he's doing it, he's keeping his elbows nice and tight. He's not flaring them out too wide. You want to keep the elbows nice and tight to protect your joints and your tendons. Also to activate the correct tricep head.
So we're gonna do some barbell curls. This is a thick bar, so it really works your forearms as well. Just really isolate. This is to build that bicep thickness, you gotta use barbell curls. It's key. Slow, controlled. All right guys, as you can see, slow, controlled. You wanna be about shoulder width apart with your hands. You're controlling it, fully extending your bicep, curling all the way up, squeeze at the top. Nice, awesome. You gotta do at least 12 to 15 reps. About 3 to 4 sets of these, you're good to go.
I want to give a shout out to Garrett for taking me on a little date, buying me a little salad here.
Cute little salad. That's how you build big arms. You gotta have a few berries and kale. That's how you get it done.
No, but seriously guys, we're gonna have a little sit down talk. Garrett and I are gonna get to know each other, and we're gonna have a conversation between ourselves that you guys are gonna be present for. So
all right, how'd you get into training, Dom? How long ago did you start lifting and stuff?
So my mom was a nutritionist, and I grew up in a very health and fitness oriented household. So growing up around that and seeing that, all the time, really motivated me and inspired me to get myself into the gym. And I've been training since I was 13. I did gymnastics prior to that. And
you were one of the jack gymnast guys that everyone's like, holy shit, yeah. I remember watching the Olympics and stuff. You can see those guys are built. You got to be built to do gymnastics.
Yeah, so I'm 24 now. I've been training since I was 13, 14, so about 10 years.
That's awesome. What kind of diet do you follow? You do I know I've talked to you before. You did 1 meal a day. You did 2 meal. What are you doing right
so
now?
I used to do the whole 6-7 meals a day, but I decided to keep things simple and cut it down to 3 meals a day. I track my macros. I still eat good, wholesome foods, but what comprises my macros is moderate protein, around 180 grams or so. Being 200 pounds, I would say that is moderate protein. 160 to 180 grams of protein, about 400 grams of carbs, and about 100 grams of fat per day, which equates to about 3,000 calories a day. Then I use the cardio that I do to control whether I'm in a deficit or a surplus. If I'm cutting down, I'll eat the same 3,000 calories, but I'll do 45 minutes of cardio a day. If I'm trying to maintain or gain a little weight, I might do 15 minutes of cardio a day and lower the intensity of the cardio.
Yeah, he's super calculated. I've been following you a long time, and it's when you have to be calculated. You have to focus on what you're doing. If you're not careful, you can eat way too much, and then obviously you're going to gain body fat. So I think it's a great way to do it, because if you're you don't feel like you're too strict. You have to eat 7 times a day. You got to split all those meals up.
100%. Tell him where we met for the first time.
Yeah, so we met in Vegas. This is about almost 3 years ago now, right?
Yeah, 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, 2-3 years ago when he turned pro. I actually had an athlete turn pro that same show, and I remember being like, holy shit, this guy's shredded. And then he was the only guy that was shredded year round. I was like, okay, what is this guy doing? And obviously it's the reason why he's been so successful is staying in shape like that year round, just staying on top of getting the content, being in shape, being an example for other guys, because anyone can get fat and then shredded for 1 week, but it takes some real effort and real skill to stay shredded year round like this guy. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. So there's a lot of guys watching that, or guys or girls that are just now starting with their whole progress of dieting, getting in shape, training. What's something you wish you would have known 10 years ago when you were first getting into this? Maybe you had a couple years of experience, but that would really help somebody out that's just getting going.
Honestly, when I first started, I was one of the guys who was doing a lot of protein bars, a lot of protein powder, not nearly enough water, carbs, or fats. And at the end of the day, I see a lot of people who are just starting out also thinking that that's the answer. And at the end of the day, there's no supplement for real food. And not only that, you want to definitely avoid dairy as much as possible. So whey protein is a product of dairy. So naturally, I would say that you don't need as much protein as you think that you might need. Bring the protein down a little bit, up the carbs and fats. Vary the rep ranges between, low reps and heavy weight, and low weight and high reps. Implement all forms of training, and drink a lot of water. do a little bit of daily cardio, and that's what I would say. Because when I first started out, I was doing a lot of protein, not enough water, and lifting way too heavy.
Well, that's a lot of tips, guys. So let us know in the comments what you guys want to see next time. Any questions you have, like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned.